All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master. This is Dragons of the Frozen Seas, and the long awaited battle with the Skeletal Knight is upon us. He rises from the snow, ice clinging to his armor and weapons, his flesh pulled taut from being desiccated and dehydrated out here in the freezing temperatures. As he rises, his eyes begin to glow with a frosty, white blue, icy uh, stare that rises in little wisps of frost from his eye and rises into the air, glowing as it does. He stares almost through all of you, and you feel the temperature drop around you. It appears as though this knight, this undead, has a cold aura all around it that freezes anyone who stands next to him. On top of that, he has ice all down his sword, and you get the feeling that he deals cold damage with his weapon as well. But just by virtue of standing inside his bubble, all of you will be taking cold damage every round if you continue to stand in it. So, definitely, probably should not do that.
Unless you have a certain resistance to cold.
Right, right. Like there's ways of getting around this stuff, but okay. So let's get some initiative rolling going.
Don't forget to roll for Vater.
Viter seems very distracted.
He says, I don't want to mess with that cold thing.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't like frozen bones. He likes it when they're thawed out.
At least not today.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got Eric, Jalivi, Nordori, North, Ulf. Oh, yes, Scotty. Oh, she's already kind of standing him back. Yeah, it seems as though the icy, foggy memory stuff is affecting Scotty again. It seems to be you know connected to this guy coming back, and all of a sudden as he came back, Scotty seems adrift in a world of her own, hallucinating once again. Ulfmeister.
Well, I'm gonna try and bash him back into the tree with my shield. I assume that misses, and then I'll take my 5-foot step back.
Yeah, so Ulf picks up his shield, gripping it tightly in his hands, charging at the undead, icy monstrosity in front of him. He slams his shield into him. The Grave Knight does not even turn and look at him as his shoulder just absorbs all of Ulf's might, and instead of, pushing him or dealing damage, you just kind of bump into him, and then you take your 5-foot step back, almost stumbling backwards from the reverberations.
Apparently, that did not move.
Not even a little bit. But, it happens. Sorry about that. Okay, Viking back here is actually a little bit scared, and he takes the total defense position, forming the shield wall with his allies. This Viking fearlessly moves in front of Kultanin to shield his chieftain. And then total defense.
I actually already cast the spell I want to cast on accident because I was trying to see what but I already cast mirror image, so I want to do in the first place. So I
Mirror
was just trying to read.
image. Got it. All right. So you are casting.
But it didn't take away the spell points when I rolled.
No, yeah, I need to update that macro. Number of illusions. How many is it? 1d4 plus 1 per 3 caster levels. So it's 1d4 plus 1. Why isn't it rolling that? I thought I had a thing set up for that. So yeah, roll 1d4. All right, so you create 2 illusory doubles of yourself.
Oh, should it be? Okay.
It's okay. 2 is, still 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's better than 0.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are the doubles.
That's all for me.
Right, I assume you want them just kind of out in front of you, kind of like that.
Yeah, because if I move forward, they're going to move forward too. But I mean, I guess I could probably get a little closer to Coltanon to help block him. I guess I should do that.
Well, remember what I was saying before the game here about how, like,
Yeah, okay.
don't get too close.
Well, I'm not. All right, that's fine. I'm good then.
Okay. So Kultanin is like, Pah! Get out of my way! I shall handle this menace. You too, Wolf. Big man coming through. Swinging with all of his might, the Kultanin manages to slash into the Grave Knight. However, it appears as though even though his axe is a enchanted adamantian great axe, that when it hit the armor of the Grave Knight, it appears as though a little bit of frost formed on it, and it has to make a saving throw to avoid breaking. All right, so it breaks, and his axe shatters right on the Grave Knight's armor. But he did deal damage, so that's cool. But now he doesn't have an axe. And he just stands there stunned.
I'm gonna yell for him to get out of the way.
Grave Knight's
Yeah, I
turn.
heard you.
The Grave Knight is going to boo boop be doo. I don't want to kill Kultanin until Bruce gets here. Let's just target this Viking. The Grave Knight slices and slashes with his greatsword. The Viking tries valiantly to block it, but axes are not like really good parrying weapons per se. It's certainly possible, they're just not very well built for it. And he tries to block, but this Grave Knight fights with the strength of many men and gets through, dealing 35 plus 30, 65 damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch. That one did not feel good. Oh, North doesn't get his own initiative. He acts on your initiative. You command him. He's an Eidolon. He's kind of like semi-intelligent, but not like really, you know?
I'm here. So I just wait.
Yeah, well, yeah, he'll go on your turn, whatever you want him to do.
Understood.
Okay, so Ivan, you guys remember Ivan? He takes 5 cold damage because he started his turn inside the aura. All right, and then he is going to attack because Ivan is brave. Unfortunately, bravery does not equate to skill always, and so Ivan attacks the Grave Knight, but the icy armor just kind of deflects everything off of it, and so he is unable to deal any damage. Now it's you and North's turn.
Nori looks over and sees this mess sort of unfold before him and sort of sighs as he just puts his fingers on his temples and then looks to North and says, North, could you please be a dear and smash this frozen can of worms? Hmm? And North sort of creaks as he runs forward to flank the enemy. And then he's going to attack.
Yeah, and I like that too. I like that, like, he sounds like cracking ice as he like begins to move forward.
And does 22 hit?
A 22 does not hit. Also, you can use his actual attack here. So you click on him, and then you click on attacks, and then slam right there. Because he gets the automatic grab, and there's other things that apply, like the bleed damage and everything.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, so you did not hit, unfortunately.
22 does not hit.
It does not.
This is certainly a tough cookie.
Yes. And then, is that your turn, or would you like to do something with Narori's action?
Did that count any flanking bonuses by chance to push it?
Ooh. Yeah, you guys are pretty close. Oh, you know what? You did hit. You know why? Because flanking bonus +2, that pushes it to 24. And, well, I guess technically you wouldn't get Scotty's +1 banner because, like, she's kind of out of it right now due to the cold trance. So yeah, no, you missed by 1. The Eidolon's fist slams directly into the Grave Knight, but their cold powers seem to like cancel each other out, and it just like, fizzles.
But before the end of the turn, can Nori kind of check exactly what sort of is going on here and why nothing's hitting this Grave Knight?
What do you mean by check?
Like a skill check?
Right, like what skill are you wanting to use to like figure it out? Like Knowledge Arcana to see if you know anything about icy undead?
Yeah. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as far as you can tell, it just seems to be that this knight is extremely well armored between its own armor, the icy coating around it, and the fact that it's a boss.
Yeah. And there's no way to break off the armor.
Well, I mean, there is. There's like rules for sundering and stuff like that, but
Alright. We'll figure that out. Now it's Eric's turn.
All right. Eric is going to take a 5-foot step back, and then he's going to attempt to water jet the Grave Knight.
Sylvie says, "Why don't you try fire? I bet you that would work better."
Well, I don't have Stone Burst memorized right this second.
I forgot it. What? Yeah, I forgot it. How the hell did you forget it? All right. He does not try to dodge. As your stream of water hits him, it freezes and forms more armor around him.
All right. Well, does the stream of water does it knock him prone by chance?
No, it just coats him in more icy armor.
You increased his AC.
No, you increased his vigor. It just counts as like temporary hit points.
All right. Well, I guess that's going to be my turn then.
There should be damage on that one too. I don't know where that is. All right, so
Guess I got to roll damage. Hang on.
it's 5d6. All right. So he gets 14 vigor back. Stop it! You're making him more powerful. All right, so
Yeah, let's not try.
all right, so this Viking takes cold damage because it starts its turn in his aura. All right, 6 cold damage. There we go. That's better. And then he's just going to step back with the total defense because he doesn't want to die in the cold aura. Viter takes cold damage. He has natural cold resistance 5. Vitor takes no cold damage and shrugs it off. So what have you ordered? Have you ordered Vitor to do anything, or is he just gonna like react naturally here?
I tell Victor to get him.
Okay. So roll a handle animal because even though you've worked on attack, I believe that was one that you haven't mastered just yet.
I thought I had, but okay.
Oh no! If you mastered it, then yeah, no problem. Yeah. Okay. So you order him to attack, and he does so. Unfortunately, he is unable to get a solid bite, and the Grave Knight escapes any damage.
Well, now that I got a room for a running start, I'm gonna charge and try and slam him into him with my shield.
Undaunted by your previous failure, Ulf runs forward and attempts to bash the Grave Knight with his shield once again, and this time it works. He hits him, dealing 6 bludgeoning damage, which of course isn't much, but he needs to make a the
So
attack
my-
roll
yeah.
substitutes for the CMB to see if you can knock him prone. All right, let me check his defenses. Unfortunately, you do not beat his CMD. Oh, wait. Yes, you do. Charge and flanking.
All right.
And thanks to Scotty's magic, your now magical shield bypasses his damage reduction.
And I'm pretty sure I can't move back since I charged, and I guess that's my turn. After
It wasn't a bad one.
Is he knocked prone from that?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I forgot to finish my thought there. So yeah, because his CMD is 29, but because you got +2 from the charge and +2 from flanking, you managed to hit him from behind as he was focused on attacking these other Vikings over here and knock him to his knees with a cowardly from behind the back attack.
Cowardly my ass, he just chose to ignore me.
Yeah, you're like, it's not my fault he didn't focus on the primary threat.
Notice me, senpai.
Oh, I forgot this guy's got to take his cold damage. And then he attacks, getting over his cowardice now that the Grave Knight has been knocked to his knees. He's like, yeah, quick, pile on. And he attacks with his axe. Unfortunately, his second attack didn't hit even with him being prone, but thanks to him being prone, his first attack did. Oh wait, this is not a magical axe. You get some points back. Alright, so this Viking also is going to try and squeeze in here and gang up on him. Alright, so he swings, and just like the one before him, he hits with the first one and misses with the second one. You only cast one first level spell, so 3. Oh, 5. It's always +2 per level, so it goes 1 for cantrips, 3 for first, 5 for second, 7, etc.
Okay. I am. If I do the little meteors, was that gonna? Is that hit only my? Does that hit my people too, or just him?
I forget what area is the minute meteors. I actually don't know. You can access it through your sheet there.
All right.
Don't
Just a
open
second.
the sheet. Click on your token, then click on abilities, and then you'll see minute meteors. Boom. Just click on that. Okay, so it says 5-foot column 30 feet high. So technically speaking, you can just hit him. However, because they are meteors raining down from the sky in a 5-foot column, I'm going to rule that there is a chance that you could potentially hit any one of the people next to him with it as well, with some of the damage.
Okay.
Just because it's not finely targeted. Like if you were casting magic missile, that would unerringly streak through the air
Yes,
towards
I
him.
know, and that's what I'm gonna do, and I will maximize it.
Okay. So go ahead and cast it like normal, and then subtract 8 more points, and then we will figure out what the damage is. Yeah, and sorry, I'm not saying that minute meteors is a useless ability or anything like that. It's just in this instance with everybody
I know.
clustered
That's why I
around.
asked.
Yeah,
That's why I asked.
you know how it is. Like I like to be situational about things more than just like, oh well, it says this, so it's like, yeah, but you're casting it into a room that's only 3 feet wide. All right, so you would deal 5 damage maximum with each missile, and you get 2 missiles. So you are going to deal 10 total damage, and because it's magical damage, it is unaffected by his damage reduction. The magic missiles that look like little tiny shooting stars penetrate straight through his icy armor, and you can see them kind of like explode inside him like a firework, dealing direct damage to his body. It also looks like both of your doubles did that, but of course, like, they don't deal any real damage. So he got hit with like a whole bunch of sparks and showers of like little stars flying everywhere. It looked really spectacular, but it didn't deal spectacular damage like, oh my god, he got hit with, what would it be, six missiles? He only got hit with 2, but it looked like 6. And,
I moved up just a little and
okay.
down.
So the doubles move up just a little too? Alright.
I
And,
didn't move like that.
oh, less than that?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay. So Kultanin is still in shock over the loss of his axe. He stumbles backwards and drops it and prepares his spiked gauntlet instead, but like he's still too shocked to do anything right now. Okay.
Did it not take the damage? Plus he's prone. Did it not take the damage?
He did.
Off?
He did. It still goes to his vigor first.
Which was created by the fact that someone used a water spell at it.
Well, he still had vigor anyway. Like he only got 14 vigor back. He's got like 63 right now still. All right. So man, I really want to stand up from prone. I really don't want to take 5 or 6 opportunity attacks against me.
Choices.
I know. I'm like, I mean, I can
Always surrender.
attack from the ground. Well, I'm an undead, so yeah, I probably am not going to be surrendering. But
But if you're undead, you would probably be like, I'll just keep fighting. So
yeah, I think he's just going to like keep fighting. So I think he's just going to use an ability from the ground. Yeah, I like that. Well, that isn't right. Like, for a fact, my save is higher than that. Yeah, 14. All right, so all of these knights have to make a difficulty class 14 save. Not knights, Vikings. Huh. All right, so 2 of them make it and take half damage, and this guy takes 28 cold damage. Ivan takes 14. And this guy, unfortunately, does not have enough wound points left to take 14 cold damage. And you can see ice begin to form over him as he freezes in place with his shield up trying to block it. And now looks like a grim, icy statue of himself.
I'm gonna yell out for Scotty to heal us if she can. Damn it, Maverick, get in the fight.
snap out of it.
Somebody go slap her! Do you really think that'll wake her up? What? No.
Did
So
you X the wrong one?
no.
Okay. It just looks weird from my view, that's all.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm like, no, pretty sure got the right one. So Ivan takes more cold damage. Seven cold damage. And he's like considering his options, but he doesn't want to look bad in front of everybody, so he's going to go ahead and give the Grave Knight what for with his battle axe yet again. And he hits with just the first one. Yep, he's not getting any other +1s from anywhere. Yep, so just the first one. But now his weapon has to make
Flank?
a save. Yeah, I added in the flanking, and there's no other bonuses. Oh, and the prone. Oh wait, yeah, no, then he does hit. Never mind. Unfortunately, his axe breaks as a result, but he does deal some damage, so that's good. But now he ain't got no axe.
Nori sort of looks determined to fight this thing off, and commands North to tear off its armor. So that's going to be a strength check.
No. There's a whole like thing about sundering and everything, and if you don't have like the feats for improved sunder, then I get to make an attack of opportunity against you and all of that. So I don't know that you necessarily should try to tear off his armor. Maybe you should just attack him again now that he's prone. Like you have a better chance at hitting him. And in fact, you do. So now you deal 8 damage. He's unaffected, unfortunately, by the bleeding damage.
Imagine North's fist raises upwards and just slams into the chest of the Grave Knight.
Yes, and although the sharp, icy spikes that grow off of his fist normally would have cut most things open, you know, this is a undead knight with no blood to bleed.
Yeah. Even if it had blood, it wouldn't be very mobile since it's frozen.
Yeah. It's got frozen blood. Negative. I am a meat popsicle.
All right. Eric is going to cast Shalala on his staff.
Oh, Shalala. I can't sing anymore, otherwise I'll get demonetized. Also, I'll lose viewers if I continue to sing. Alright, so now your non-magical quarterstaff becomes a knobby, magically enchanted club that deals +1 damage and also has +1 attack. But as you can see, it's kind of crowded around the old corpse tonight. So, how do you want to do this?
Well, I wouldn't be able to move in and attack the same turn that I cast this, I don't think.
What's the casting time? Seriously, it doesn't even say. It should be 1 round. It should be 1 standard action. So yeah, no, I don't think you can move in and attack.
All right. Eric is going to hold his move action and turn.
Okay. He did.
And yell for Veter to attack.
Yep,
Okay.
and Veter was already attacking from before, so now he's going to full attack. And completely whiffs again. He's just biting and clawing and breaking off little pieces of ice, but not enough to like count as actual damage.
I'll full attack and see if I can knock him flat on his face.
As you full attack, your longsword manages to deal 8 damage, which is unfortunately negated because it's not magical, but your shield fails to deal any damage.
And I'll take my step back.
Oh, I forgot to deal damage to you and Veter.
How much is it?
For you, it's 4
Lethal or vitality?
vitality. And 8 for Veter.
Which is reduced by 5, huh?
Oh, yep, you're right. Sorry. Which is reduced by 5 thanks to his natural cold resistance due to his blubber and fur. And 5 cold damage to this Viking. Who also continues to pile on because, you know, everybody seems to be doing that and he doesn't want to be thought a coward.
I mean, Vikings do like to do that.
He hits with his first one, dealing a good amount of damage, but now must make a save to see if his axe breaks. It does not. Somehow his axe holds up.
And still, his vigor isn't down.
Yeah, he still has his vitality, his vigor up. This Viking takes 12 cold damage. And stumbles backwards.
All right. Julie is starting to think that we should probably retreat, but as with the others, she does not wish to be thought of. She's trying to prove her worth, so she's gonna magic missile it again.
Oops, pushing the wrong button. So as you magic missile it again, once again, the missiles cannot be, deflected or missed unless he has like some kind of magical shield or something. So you end up dealing the 10 damage to him, but again, it's this huge fireworks display as 6 missiles shoot into him and sparks fly everywhere as they all hit, even though 4 of the 6 are just illusory.
I have a question. Are those small hills north of the knight on the map?
They're trees.
Those are trees, yeah.
Trees. Okay.
Kultanin, armed with his spiked gauntlet.
Before he goes running into there, Norris just mumbles, "Don't do it."
Yeah, he steps back and orders his men to finish this beast off. Get in there and finish it! Alright, so now that I've cleared out some of the riffraff, I'm going to stand up from prone. Veter takes an attack of opportunity. Critically hitting it for 20 damage. Unfortunately, his attacks do not count as magical, so it's only 10. This Viking takes an attack of opportunity. Missing. And the last Viking takes an attack of opportunity, hitting him for 13 damage, but again, he doesn't have a magical axe. And now he has to make a fortitude save. And his axe hold... Oh, wait, no, this is the guy who already lost his axe. He can't take an attack of opportunity. Never mind. You get your points back, Grave Knight.
He could go barehanded.
You can grab the axe of the dead Viking.
Yeah. When the Viking in front
That
of
is
you
a good
dies,
idea.
pick up his weapon and continue fighting.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's a Russian Viking.
Yeah. These are Russian Vikings. The Eidolon slams into the Grave Knight, dealing 16 damage, which does count as magical, I believe, and initiates a grab, but the grab does not work. Oh, no, that's an evolution that you don't have to take the magical damage yet, so it's only the 6 damage.
Oh,
We'll get it. It's a 3.1 though, I believe, so like it wasn't available just yet, or a 2.1 or whatever. Yeah. We'll discuss how that'll work.
understood.
Yep. All right. So now that he has taken all of his attacks and half of his turn, he is real mad. So he is going to take his greatsword and attempt to chop your Eidolon into itty bitty pieces. And your Eidolon takes 44 damage. So first it takes 44 damage to its vigor. I'm going to do this for you right now. And then it takes 18 damage to its wounds.
A staggering blow.
Yes, a mighty blow. He doesn't get his second attack, which would have hit because he's using Vital Strike to get the extra damage. Ivan sees this massive icy Eidolon nearly cut in twain from the Grave Knight's sword and looks at all of you and says, "What are you cowards doing? Valhalla awaits!" And he charges forward and strikes at the Grave Knight with the axe that he picks up off the ground from the dead Viking. And even with a flanking bonus, manages to just miss. Hazard, my friend?
And there isn't anything I could do to heal up my Eldion.
Not in particular right now.
Could I use summon monster?
What are you looking to summon?
Something that can smash things real good?
Nothing smashes better than your Eidolon.
Okay. Maybe something to distract the Grave Knight.
What do you got in mind?
What monsters are available?
Well, as a frost genocide, I obviously prefer for you to focus on Arctic themes and cold versions of stuff.
No.
So, I mean, uh, I don't really know per se. I mean, I don't want to say something and have you, like assume that because I'm the DM that means it's like for sure going to work or something like that. I honestly don't know what would for sure work. And so I don't want to like say, well, why don't you try this? And be like, ha, nope, that didn't work, dummy. I'm not that kind of DM. I hate to suggest something just to tell you it doesn't work.
Imagine Evolution Surge won't do anything.
It could. What evolution you apply, would obviously Oh, I know. You can do the elemental surge, to give him the evolution surge to give him elemental damage, which would count as magical damage. Now, the thing is normally you would be giving him cold damage, but you don't want to do that. But you also can't give him fire damage because it's your Eidolon and he's ice to begin with. So you got to choose another type of energy to give him.
Is Earth a good one?
Yeah, let's go with stone slash earth element. Even though it's not technically one of the ones like I counted as an element. So yeah, like he grows rocky fists that are no longer made of ice, but rather bits of quartz and other rocky elements. And now you roll an extra d6 when you attack, and that is all straight elemental damage.
And can I attack again?
Word up, you can.
That does not hit. Imagine it's just like he's just shuddering and just misses.
Yeah, so as he's growing these rocky fists and everything, it's like also like taking its toll on him. It's like changing into a werewolf or something, where you see people being like, ah, and they twist and distort. And so even though he's trying to attack, it's just futile.
Yeah. I don't suppose you can use the water to try and heal up my Eidolon?
Well, I could if well, what does the DM think?
The DM thinks that you know what you saw with the Grave Knight, but you've never done it with this, so you have no empirical evidence to go off of other than, maybe?
How experimental are you feeling?
Give me a sec.
I give you 300 every round.
So if I use Summon Nature's Ally as a druid, that would basically let me summon something by losing a spell.
Yeah.
Of equal level.
Oh, so you can cast any spell you've memorized. You're kind of just using the spell points of the.
Right, exactly.
Right.
It'll just use the spell points. It doesn't really change anything.
It's treated like you always have it memorized.
Right, you never have to memorize it because you always do.
Okay, so Summon Nature's Ally 2. That should let me summon a small fire elemental. It is on the list.
Okay.
I think I'm going to attempt to do that.
That sounds like a thing you are attempting to do. Give me 1 second. Okay, so that's going to be your fire elemental for now.
Okay. And I believe I can get to attack with it the same turn, don't I?
Plus, you have your shillelagh active too.
Well, if I If I attack with the Shillelagh, I can't cast Summon Nature's Ally.
Ah,
Right. Also, I forget what the official ruling is, but I've always had a house rule where on the first round, the creatures are considered to have like summoning sickness, to pull a term from Magic the Gathering, to where they can't attack, but they can like, you know, well, first of all, they start wherever you place them, and then like they can take an attack of opportunity if something moves past them, etc. But you got to wait one round for them to.
Well, the Summon Nature's Ally spell, I'm reading it. It says that it appears and it can attack immediately.
Oh, geez. Pathfinder's so generous with that. All right, well, then let's go with the rules as written and go ahead and let you attack.
Of course, I'm not sure how it's going to work. Give me a second. I'm trying to read.
It has a slam +4 for 1d4 plus burn.
Okay, that's what we're going to do.
Yep.
So I roll a d20.
Yep, roll a d20.
Not sure if you'd be generous enough to let just the touch attack part, let the burn ability go off, but yeah, good luck.
So now you roll 1d4 fire damage. This guy cannot be
Okay.
this guy cannot be affected by burn because he's not flammable. He does.
But
He does, however, have vulnerability to fire.
Makes sense.
So would that be plus 50% damage then?
It is.
All right.
All right. So Viter wants to continue attacking him, but a ball of fire just appeared and started swinging at him, so he backs off. Unless you handle animal and order him to like continue attacking, even though there's like fire.
Which I will do. I don't think he'll be able to hit, but we're going to try it all the same.
You're like, Viter, get in there. I don't care that there's fire.
Feed his arm to the fire.
Attack! Eat him! You wanted a warm meal, didn't you, Viter?
All right, so go ahead and roll your handle animal.
you could have been nicer about it. You could.
And because it's a command he already knows, a 10 is just enough. Exactly just enough. And he tries to bite him. And he is unable to bite him.
He wouldn't get a full attack?
No, he did in fact actually step back, and so he had to move back in and attack.
I'm going to try and charge and bash him with my shield into the tree again.
never giving up, Ulf attempts yet again to shield bash him, but this Grave Knight, I mean, he stands tough, you know. Oh, I forgot to do the damage for Vitor.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay.
And do I still have my move action?
What do you mean?
Well, I didn't use my move action last turn.
No,
You're supposed to kind of.
yeah, you can't roll it over like that.
Okay.
And the casting time on your spell was for the full round anyway, bud.
All right, so this Viking takes damage. Oh yeah, and so does Vitor. So the Viking takes 10. Vitor takes 3. All right. And then this Viking is going to attempt to attack him. Missing. This Viking is outside of the aura. He has all his wounds, but he's very low on vigor, so he moves back to shield Jalivi and Narori with the total defense action.
All right. I'm gonna attempt two things and tell me if there's enough actions for that. First, I want to try and replace. First I want to magic missile again, and then I want to try and replace with spellcraft, touch of fatigue with disrupt undead. And do I have to? And if I use quicken while I still have enough, if I have to use quicken while I still have enough, I'm wondering if I have enough. It should be a cantrip, so I shouldn't. Can I do both of those?
No, because the complexities of learning a spell cannot be mastered in the middle of combat like this.
Okay.
You're going to be the MVP by the end of this, just plugging away for 10 damage, you know, steady. It's not draining him quickly, but it's the only consistent damage that he's taking.
If we can survive. And then I think I'm going to chance with the quicken and do the meteors. Or can I not do that because it's an
No.
ability?
No, you can do that. So
Oh, and it's ability, so it's not a spell, so I should be able
oh
to do both.
no, yeah, you can't quicken it. You need quicken spell-like ability. Yeah.
Okay, but it says it's at will. Does that make a difference if I've already...
No. But you can have quickened your magic missiles. I'll allow that. So just subtract the extra 8 for the magic missiles, and now you can do your minute meteors. Quickly launching your magic missiles with a alacrity that is, surprising. You then raise your hands to the sky, and stars begin to fall from the very heavens themselves, crashing down all around the Grave Knight. However, um, it's not just the Grave Knight who has to be careful. I am going to roll a D100, and there is a 25% chance that you strike some of your allies.
And the meteors are fire damage, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes, they are. All right, so one of them is struck. Let's see who else. Two.
It's displaying. Never mind. You have it set to display 1-0.
All right, 2 out of the 5 potential allies got hit. It is Ulf and the Eidolon. So you guys need to make
Sorry.
dexterity saves too. Reflex saves.
Do I need to roll my 1d4
What do you?
for the meters?
No, the meteors has the damage.
Okay.
What sort of roll?
Reflex.
Where's reflex?
Did you count my fire elemental as well?
The fire elemental could not be struck by it because it's fire
fire.
like it just
Where's the reflex?
it's under defenses.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt the fire elemental, would it?
No,
because it's the same kind of thing.
exactly. So the Grave Knight made his save. Ulf made his save. No, Ulf did not make his save. 10 plus half of your level is 12, plus your charisma modifier is 16. Ulf just made his save. And the Eidolon failed his save as well. Or no, is the only one who failed. So the Eidolon takes 5 fire damage. And that's straight to the wounds now.
I did not mean to do that. I just...
Hey, it's all right. Hurting him's more important than us, but he can pretty much one-shot us anyway.
Okay. Who do I want to kill? You know what? I'm gonna do this again. And so that is Kultanin, Ulf, Fire Elemental, and Eric. And the difficulty class is actually 17. So Ulf, you make it, and you only take 13 cold damage to your vigor. And then roll a d20 for the fire elemental. It has a reflex save of +4. It fails and takes 26 cold damage, which it is vulnerable to, and that kills it. Eric, you need to make your reflex save. All right, you fail. No, I'm just kidding. You succeed, and because you critically succeed, instead of taking half damage, you take quarter damage, which is 7.
And that's to vigor, right?
Yep, first to vigor. Yeah, you guys like that? I got more where that came from. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't talk. This whole time, the only thing he said was that you guys were defiling trespassers and that you would not be allowed to pass. And then he like went straight into business mode.
Insert Monty Python reference here.
Yeah. Like one of my old players used to say, you're not playing D&D until someone makes a Monty Python reference.
I fought in your general direction.
Yeah. All right. This Ivan fella takes another 8 cold damage. And once again says, "Brothers, you are making Odin sad! Come, die at my side!" Both attacks hit and deals 7 damage. Wait, is that a 5? Oh, that is a 5. Deals 9 damage, and he has to save for this axe now. Oh, this axe breaks too. The Grave Knight is starting to look rather beat up, but is still fighting with the strength of years of training before he became an undead.
Do you mean the strength of many men, Sir Knight?
Yes. Have I seriously only killed that one Viking so far? Come on. Oh, I know what I gotta do. No, Rory?
Yeah, I'm here. North is gonna slam into him.
That actually hits now. Roll an extra d6 for the Yep, there you go.
All right. Eric is going to hold his action for now until Ulf takes his turn and see what Ulf does.
Okay, Ulf goes on the next round though, so
Oh, okay. So I wouldn't be able to hold it then, would I?
well, no, you can. It's just yeah, you're fine. You're good.
Just do what you're gonna do. I'm
Well,
gonna yell for Eric to get in the fight.
Well, if you're able to knock it prone again, I'm gonna go in with and enter into melee.
He's gonna bash its head in with his shillelagh.
That's right. And if not, I'm summoning another nature's ally.
You could do that anyway, and then attack. I don't know. Oh no, 'cause that's full action. That's right.
Yeah, but I can't do both. I'm gonna tell Vitor, get him, attack.
Stupid Viking, get out of my way. Hey, he bites him. Unfortunately, it does not bypass his damage reduction. But he bit him.
It wouldn't be a full attack.
No, he just decided to bite him. He could have done a full attack, but he didn't.
Do I get flanking from where I'm at?
100%.
Then I'm gonna try and just shield bash him.
That's what Ulf does.
Hunker down behind the shield and try and run him over. And I'm gonna yell for Scotty and Kultanen and Eric to fight.
Ulf is nothing if not persistent and continues to attempt to shield bash the Grave Knight despite being 1 for 4 at this point.
Fight, you cowards.
All right. Now that Ulf has taken his turn.
You got to take some cold damage.
All right. Now that Ulf has taken his turn, I'm going to summon another fire element.
All right, Ulf, you take 5 cold damage. Eric, you summon another fire elemental.
And that fire elemental, of course, is going to attack.
Oh, of course. So it's +4, and then you get 1d4. Did you roll your d20? Okay. You hit, dealing 3 fire damage, which he is vulnerable to.
Five and a half?
No, it would be 4.5, which is 5. This Viking takes 3 cold damage. And he says, "Yes! Ivan! To Valhalla together!" Hitting... Oh no, he already lost his axe. Oh, well, they have 2 axes. Hitting once, dealing no damage, but then having to see if he loses his other axe, which he does not. And this guy's like slowly moving back towards you with his shield, taking the total defense.
A fair move, Sir Viking.
All right. Jilly's just going to keep plugging away, but I don't have enough for maximize because I tried chance the meteor.
Hey, you don't need maximize. You get a free maximize. So
Yay.
it deals 10 damage again.
How did I get a free maximize?
It just RNGesus smiled on you.
Ah,
M is for magic missile.
Let's see. I mean, it would
Jilly
be...
says, I'm wearing him down for y'all. Y'all just finish it. We can do it.
It'd be a real shame to, like, let all of these, any of these go to waste, so I guess I'll use this one. Use my third one
What
as
do you mean
ace.
by this one? Ah!
All right.
Ah!
So that's
Ouch.
the same 4 as before. Kultanin, Ulf, Elemental, and Eric.
Just to clarify, Coltan spent his turn quaking in his boots, right?
No, he's like ordering his men forward, but like he's not getting in there. Like there's not even enough room for him to begin with, but And then don't forget to roll for the elemental.
Why'd Scotty have to choose today to not come?
I know, right? I hope though, in all seriousness, that Bruce is doing all right.
Yeah, I was actually only half joking.
No, I mean for real though, like a bad day to miss, but like let's all hope he's just doing well. Anyway, Eric is the only one who failed. You take 23, so that's all of your vigor. Do you type 23 minus 23 in there, and it'll be at -2, and then you also lose 2 wounds. Everybody else takes 12, which I have to check the elemental again quick. Which is enough to kill the elemental again.
Even with the reflex save?
Yep. Yep, it has 11 and it took 12. All right, and that was a good turn. Ivan is going to take some cold damage. And then he is going to start to sing an old Viking war song. I do not have any memorized, and again, I am not going to subject you guys to my singing, as that would be actual torture, and I could be criminally prosecuted. So,
My ears.
yeah. So, instead, I'm just going to give you the gist of how, like, it's got like kind of a beat that like you chant to, like we are the champions, or we will rock you, like do do ch do do ch, and so it's got like kind of this you know rhythm to it, that it's just like this beat, and he's like swinging his axe on the downbeats, and just shouting this Viking war song about how, like, the only men who are men are the men who die with an axe in their hand. The only warriors who will see Valhalla are the ones who are unafraid of death. And he just chants and screams this song as he beats his axe against the Grave Knight over and over again, whether it gets through or not. Oh man. And he hits twice, dealing 13 and 16 damage, and for the first time you see the Grave Knight actually take like a huge blow from his axe as it cleaves through his helmet into his skull, burying itself in its skull before it explodes in a shard of ice. A shower of ice shards.
Nori cracks his knuckles as he as he prepares to command the final blow onto this knight.
Yeah, and you do indeed hit, so roll your d6. And the 5 damage that you deal is not enough to take him down just yet.
But he does look like very caved in.
Oh yeah.
I yell at Beecher, "Get him! Attack! Everything you've got!"
He takes 0 cold damage. And deals 0 damage because even though he makes he makes a hit, he's still not able to bypass his damage reduction.
Wordless battle cry and full attack.
And this time you hit with both, and not only do you knock him to the ground with your shield bash, but you bring your longsword down right on his chest. However, it doesn't appear as though either did any damage, but I'm just going to automatically have him be knocked prone because he's so hurt and everything.
Well, the shield's magical, so I think it bypasses.
Oh, the shield is magic. Oh, yep. But he still has 1 hit point left.
To try jumping up and down for that last bit of damage.
Eric
Eric?
is going to summon a fire elemental one more time and have it attack and attempt to burn the knight's face off.
Unfortunately, even prone, it misses.
And fire damage doesn't hit, huh?
The fire damage didn't hit, so yeah, it can't deal anything, and it can't be burned with its burn ability or anything.
All right, that's my turn.
And this Viking deals the final blow, lopping the Grave Knight's head from its shoulders. For now, everything is calm and quiet.
Rory lets out a giant sigh and sort of walks up to the scene and looks to the Viking who beheaded the Death Knight and says, "You know, you Warmbloods actually are good at doing what you do.
Okay. Let's see. I wish I had a right now. I just out of character. I wish I had a better incinerate spell right now, so I would incinerate it for good.
I wish I hadn't lost Stoneburst for Campfire Wall.
Yeah, it's fine. We got it. Campfire wall was useful earlier. All right. Uh, somebody see if there's anything we can take off that thing that's not gonna make it come to life again.
I'm gonna roll a knowledge check to see if I know what I know about the Grave Knight. What should I roll?
History or religion?
And I'll roll one as well.
Narari will also roll a history check.
Guess I'll just aid like everybody else.
Actually, on religion.
So, as you guys struggle to remember everything, Ulf suddenly remembers his history lessons a long time ago when the Viking people first made contact with the rest of the continent. There were knights who traveled north to try and reclaim the holy cities where the gods had come down to Midgard and built cities with the men and together it was a golden age. And then the men betrayed the gods, and the gods punished them, and the cities were frozen over and all of that. And every so often you get like crusaders basically who go try and find the lost relics of the gods, sort of like what Kultanin has everybody doing right now. And so you remember that supposedly the knights who set off on one of these first crusades were turned into revenant zombie-like guardians that guard the Valley of the Gods. And if you've encountered one, surely you will encounter many more as you get closer and closer to your destination. Also,
So,
like, they kill anyone who gets close, like they're dicks like that.
and Narori walks over to the head of the of the behead the head is going to walk over to the head and pick it up.
Roll a Constitution save.
I imagine 5 doesn't do it.
Right, so as you touch the head, suddenly necrotic energy flows from it into you, and you take damage.
I sort of curse in primordial as I sort of shake my hand.
You take 10 necrotic damage.
seeing you recoil in pain and horror, I'm going to exclaim that this armor is cursed and it must be destroyed.
At least we should take the blade.
Yeah, touch it again.
I'll touch the blade again.
Do it.
I'm gonna do detect magic and see if the same necrotic energy is in the blade.
So, indeed, there is a magical aura glowing from all around him, his armor, his sword, everything. The sword is radiating various types of magic: elemental cold magic, radiant magic, as well as necrotic magic. It's a whole hodgepodge of auras just undulating over each other.
Yeah, I don't think we have a way to get the blade.
I think we do.
I don't think we have anyone that can really effectively use it, but I'm definitely going to take the blade and. Hey, Eric, why don't you tell the fire elemental to just sit on that corpse?
I'm going to do just that. I'm going to tell the fire elemental to burn that corpse to cinder.
The corpse will not burn.
Well, he's going to try anyway.
Yeah, that's why I'm letting you know that he sits on it and you notice after a while that it is not burning at all.
See if he can eat it.
Well,
Why is your solution for everything that doesn't work to eat it?
Well, I'm going to kill it, eat it, or F it. And when that doesn't work, I'm going to piss on it.
Say, Kultan, may I suggest you take the blade? You
Go-
are certainly a strong individual.
and you don't exactly have a weapon now, do you?
Go ahead and roll your knowledge arcana, Jalivi, and then as far as Kultanin and the sword goes, he is neither interested in the sword as a weapon, nor interested in touching any of this accursed armor. The gods cursed these men for thinking that they were worthy of their, glory. Ivan is kind of heartbroken, and him and the other Viking are consoling each other that they'll get to Valhalla next time.
I'm going to go check on Scotty and slap her around some. I mean, make a skill check.
Blah,
Slap, slap.
blah, blah.
Snap out of it.
What's Star doing during all of this?
Cuddling into Scotty and occasionally nuzzling her to see if she's okay.
While this is going on, Nori's going to try and use mending to repair North.
We need to find a place to take shelter.
You got any magic points left?
Nope. Not enough for a campfire.
Well,
I
see
can't
if you
get
can ask the
along.
elemental to stick around, and we'll just, you know, sing songs around the elemental.
What is wrong with all of you? Do you not care that our brother has died?
Well, his death was a glorious death.
Of course we care. He's in Valhalla.
Yes, with a cow that never runs out of meat.
That's a goat.
Oh,
And they all begin to sing their Viking death chants. Yeah, exactly.
and I take it the Viking is dead as a doornail. There's no reviving him.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, if maybe like during the first round that he had been frozen, you had done something, but like, you know, it just kept freezing him more and more, and it took quite a while to wrap up the battle. He was well dead and frozen by the time you guys, you know, could do anything.
I'm gonna have the fire elemental start a campfire.
Certainly Jalivi believes that. You know, she looks at the stars and she proclaims, or at least in her head, she is certain of it, and if you choose to proclaim it, you can.
I vote we make a cooking pot out of the Grave Knight.
That is a terrible idea, especially if you want to have cursed stew.
Cursed stew.
Oh, we could use his helmet.
You could set up Chef Chu's cursed stews.
With that
Maybe we can-
special kick.
Maybe we can feed it to the next Death Knight.
Test.
Heard you that time.
Okay, so did y'all see what I typed? That I know if we do the Valhalla song, if we include the Death Knight, then it might go away, and maybe we could get it stuff.
Yeah, let's try that.
I don't know. Cornering the cursed stew market might, like, you know, put you in a good position.
Well, first we need someone to sell the curse to, and I'm sure there'll be other Death Knights going forward that we can make a full kitchen out of.
Or better yet, we can feed it to them. Feed them one of their own.
We'll feed them the sword.
Okay, so let's not argue, and you know, if we want to try this, let me know. So, because I'm curious, you know, because I'm a mage and I'm curious.
Oh yeah, we should definitely try it and do our chant and send off our little friend to Valhalla and see if that does anything for the once honorable knight.
Yeah. So taking advantage of the fact that you have the fire elemental still, you you know, burn up the body of your ally, your companion, fallen though he may be, and you try again to burn the knight, and he still is not burning. But as you chant, you can like feel his spirit rising. Rise from your grave.
Oh god, everyone prepare for battle.
And as his spirit rises, everyone, Jalivi, you're the only one who can see and hear him.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
The
I don't know. Would you like to, like set up some experiments to figure out why that is, or would you like to have a conversation with the knight?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have a conversation tonight. Great night. We have taken you out of this undeath, and we bless you to go to Valhalla so you can go to rest if you so choose.
No, mortal. I am trapped here, my spirit bound to this cursed body. I don't know how you did it, but somehow you have temporarily loosened the bindings that keep me unable to communicate and leave my body at all. I have been trapped inside that frozen, rotten shell for nearly 1,500 years. But I am hardly the first to have come this way. I must tell you now, mortals, the path you are on leads to naught but death. No mortal has ever laid eyes upon the lost city of the gods. We failed again and again, and the cost of our failure, our hubris, is that we are cursed to now defend the place we once sought. You will end up like us if you do not turn back now. I give you this warning as thanks for allowing me to experience the one brief moment of humanity that I have had in over an entire millennium. But if you do press on, you will need this. And he reaches down to his sword and he grabs a hold of it, and as he does so, his ghostly form becomes like radiant holy fire, and this white gold fire and flame surrounds him and burns in his hands until it lights up the entire sword. And the sword, all of the ice cracks and breaks free and melts and falls to the ground. And as this happens, you can see the sword now for what it really is. It is the legendary sword of King Arthur.
The sword in the stone.
This is no mere knight. This was the one-time king of all of Bretonia.
Jolie looks in awe and humbly thanks the ghostly knight for his
King Arthur.
King Arthur for his grace and for the gift of the mighty sword, and only hopes that and tells him, I only hope I can find someone as worthy of this as you were and shall be again if should we defeat this evil. The end.
Yeah, and with that, he kind of fades away in flames, white gold holy fire flames, and you guys are left alone in the silence and the darkness with the shining blade Excalibur before you.
Is it still a great sword or is it smaller?
It is a greatsword. In this world, King Arthur wielded a greatsword, as did many of the knights of the Round Table. Long swords are more of a Eglian thing.
As Nora is looking at the blade, and he said, he's like, I suddenly feel like we should give this to a lady in a lake.
I look at them and say, the blade is safe now. It can be picked up. So I either Kultanen or Ulf, I think, would probably be best for it. I don't really know who has proficiencies in what, But anyway, I say, so Ed Knight has given us our blessing and leaves us his sword to help us in our quest, but he has warned us that it is very dangerous and we could die and end up just like him, so be cautious as we continue if we so choose.
Yes, I figured as much.
Kultanin spits at the sword. The Bretonnians were the sworn enemies of our people. When they passed through, they burned and pillaged our villages.
So you mean they kicked your ass?
It was 1,500 years ago, dude. I wasn't alive.
I see what better way than to use one of their great swords against any other death knights that might come up.
He spits
Yep.
again.
So, and Jillaby just says, Chief, it may help us in our quest, and it is a legendary relic, and that is what we're looking for.
I'm not looking for the swords of men, child.
Alright, well,
Especially not scum like this one.
Ulf, do you want to take the sword?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to see what I can do to power game right now. I'm pretty much
power
never
attack,
stopped touching it.
power attack, vital strike. I think there's some like great weapon fighting type feats that give you bonuses for wielding two-handed weapons and all that. So, you know, there's a couple of like obvious choices, and then I can do some research.
Well, if I just get somebody to cast Enlarge Person on me every combat, then I can just keep my same build.
And just be wielding an extra big sword. Yeah, so basically, you know, that's pretty much where we're gonna wrap things up. You know, there's obviously going to be a whole lot more happening, but I think defeating King Arthur's, you know, frozen corpse and reclaiming Excalibur is a rather fitting place to go ahead and call it a session. Um, this was right down to the wire, you know, for some of you, but definitely didn't perform as well as I hoped. I only killed one Viking. That's a little bit of an underperformance for King Arthur there. I really thought he was going to mess you guys up better than that. I didn't want to TPK you or nothing, but you know, I certainly thought one of you might like at least have to make some death saves or something. But anyway, it was a great game. I thank you all for playing. I thank everybody who watches these videos. You know, whatever you guys get from it, whether it be, you know, inspiration or ideas or even just entertainment. We're glad that somebody out there is watching it and enjoying it. So, you know, thanks for watching. You know, hit subscribe and like if you please. And as always, everyone, good gaming.
Good game.
That's right, good gaming. We can say it together next time. We'll plan for it.